I'm like really weird. I've had like uh a 1 cup of coffee, but about like 8 cups of tea today, and it's affecting my mood. Let's do it.
Alright.
Let's go. The Parent Trap.
Okay. Look out, Travis Scott. We're going Cinco mode. Welcome to Pink Floyd, the only show where we sync every movie ever made with Pink Floyd's 1973 magnum opus, The Dark Side of the Moon. My name is Gareth Blackley's twin, and with me is James Barron's twin.
Hi, it's me, James Barron, the twin of James Barron. Wow, that intro caused me physical pain. Amazing. 5 stars. So good.
I felt like an uncool dad who'd had his radio set to the hip hop station on the drive home. I was like, I can't wait to tell the kids.
Yeah, it's sort of amazing you know who Travis Scott is at this point. Like, that's the most surprising part of the joke, you know? Oh, so good. Oh, yeah, we're here to talk about The Parent Trap. The film notorious for having 2 Lindsay Lohans. Also, Lindsay Lohan's first role, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
She's in...
That's a huge start, eh?
Yeah.
Here I am again.
Here I am twice in this film. Crushing it.
Yeah.
Amazing. Because, yeah, she gets an and introducing in the opening credits.
Yeah.
Yeah. Impressive stuff. She's a bloody workhorse in this movie. She's doing the work of 2 actors.
She kills it as well. Both of those characters, great. Every time she's on screen, wonderful.
Hey, shout outs to you, Lindsay. Great work.
Shout out.
What a bursting onto the scene with great pomp and circumstance. Love it.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Oh my gosh.
But yeah, we'll see how well your antics sync up with a bit of Pink Floyd in the background,
Pink
eh?
Floyd.
What a band. What a time we're about to have, eh?
Oh yeah. Woo. Hey James, have you ever done a Parent Trap?
I've never done a Parent Trap. No, I don't think I have any secret siblings, and also my parents aren't divorced, so
oh yeah, that all lines up.
Yeah, sort of impossible for me to Parent Trap. Or yeah, but I would be like, given the opportunity, I think it would be a bit of fun.
Yeah,
very high risk.
Yeah, right.
Plan. Yeah, it could go horribly awry. They'd like massive risk. Also, like lots of expenses in this film that are unaccounted for. But hey, it's made by old Walt
I'm glad
Disney.
you brought that up. What was that, sorry?
I said it's made by old Walt Disney, so it's not like they've got no money. So it's all fine. But yeah, frivolous.
We'll get to it, but I've calculated some expenses later on.
I love that. You know I love that. Hell yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, should we dive into how this film synced up to Pink Floyd?
Yeah, man. This might be our shortest intro ever, so I'm into it.
Oh.
Yeah.
I haven't done a Parent Trap either, but my parents used to say that I had 2 older brothers who they had to get rid of because they didn't behave.
Wow. That's some good, disciplinary tactics by your mum and dad. It, adds a layer of fear, which is interesting.
It's so dark.
Yeah, it really is.
And they're I love it. I also have the same kind of respect for the bit. They'll drop it for 6 months and then just really casually, pretending they didn't realize we could hear, bring up the other siblings, and we're like, what the?
Holy shit. That's
good.
impressive stuff. Who, what, did they have names? These faux blacklers?
I'm not sure. I think from memory they were just called Gareth and Brogan. Brogan being my real brother's
name. Oh yeah, so they've
and they're just...
This is round 2.
Renamed. Yeah.
Man. It's that adds a layer that you could be clones as well, which is kind of scary.
Ooh.
How many times have they done this?
Oh my gosh. They do say if you have memory of surgery as a kid that you can't account for, maybe check if you're not a clone.
Whoa, what?
That's my public service announcement.
Oh man. I'm trying to think back on my whole life. My earliest memories is me. Hospital gown, waking up.
Yeah.
Oh god. Also, I'm 12. No. But yeah, let's dive in.
Yeah, one other thing was
okay.
Last year my brother and I found a photo of a guy in a fashion magazine who I thought looked just like him, and he thought looked just like me.
Whoa.
And we sent the photo to my mum, just hey, is this your other son? And She didn't exactly answer.
Oh.
So that's a worry.
Oh, so many layers. I love this. Maybe we would delve deep into this past trauma and dig it up over the course of the podcast. I'm excited.
Yes, it's the only way.
Yeah.
Is via the lens of the Parent Trap and Pink Floyd.
Yes, this is like one long therapy session. This podcast.
It's a new form of therapy.
Yeah, podcast therapy.
Oh, yeah.
So get excited, listeners. Here we go.
Oh, yeah.
We got ocean views over the opening credits. Speak to Me, playing. It's great.
Yeah.
This is like the boat sequence. Like, is this like the parents' like whole opening relationship, like where they first had their first date, and then like it doesn't show how they met, but maybe they met on this boat. I don't know.
They did meet on the boat, yeah.
Okay, and then like getting married and stuff over the intro and Breathe. Yes.
Yeah, and this wedding is scary when it's set to Breathe.
It really is. It's all shot in slow motion as well.
Yeah. You don't see anyone's faces.
Yeah, it's like fake slow motion too. Like it's just like regular footage that they've just chopped up to be like at a lower frame rate. It looks really weird.
Yeah.
But hey, product of the time. There you go. This is where I see the introducing Lindsay Lohan thing, which I was like, wow, cool, her first role. And then there's like a really, really specific time credit here that says 11 years and 9 months later, which is, I guess, how old these kids are. Like, it's like the point. Did they like break up like shortly after their wedding? I don't know. It's not super clear.
I think so. They definitely break up after they've had the kids.
Yes.
But obviously when the kids aren't old enough to realise.
To make memories.
Yeah.
Back when they could still like replace them with extra kids and then threaten disciplinary action.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's still time for that.
Oh yes. There's always time. Parenting advice.
My phone has autocorrected Lindsay Lohan's to Lindsay Loans, which I'm very excited by. But
That's a fun company.
Yeah, anyway, they're being dropped off at camp here at the start of the song. Well, it's like they're each being dropped off in their own way. Like the American Lindsay Lohan is here. I'm going to get to their names in a minute, but the American one's just like fairly normal, and then the British one is like being dropped off by the butler in like a limo. So fair enough. I just also like. There's a camp counselor perfectly catches a bag as we transition into On the Run, which I was really into, like a travel bag, you know, and then just carrying it around in the background. Yeah, cheeky wee sync at the start of the film. Nice.
Yeah. On the Run also starts with this airport sample of someone trying to organise travellers, which is exactly what the summer camp counselor is doing.
Yeah, very much helter-skelter in this camp. Lots of people going to and fro, lots of yelling.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's here that we see her, but Janice from Friends is one of these camp counselors, and I'm just...
No, that's who she was.
Yeah, stoked to see her.
Yeah.
What a great person.
Put her in everything.
Yeah, man. Great stuff. Yes, I've written Martin Butler is fantastic. I love him. He's a great man. And On the Run's playing over like this intro to both these Lindsay Lohans. And Martin completes the secret handshake with I'm gonna have to like check ahead in my notes to get the right one. I think that
Annie is the British one, right?
Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then because we saw it on mute, I don't know if it's Haley or Hallie.
I think it's Hallie.
Hallie.
Like super American, you know.
Yeah.
Hallie. Yeah. But they have a very intense secret handshake, which is something that they have to learn and pull off for the future parent trappage.
Yeah.
That's going to occur. So that's where the clocks are. So we can square that one away.
Sort of like it's time for him to leave and for lunch, because then we transition to lunch.
Yeah, we're in time. There's ominous chords over this lunch.
Yeah.
For time. It's very scary. There's this old camp counselor who's like losing it because both the twins are on screen, and she thinks that they're just like moving really quick. In my notes it says Annie is the British one here now, so we're good. We're golden.
Okay. Phew.
Because I'm certain that I'm going to mix that up in the future. My notes are all over the place.
It's also tough because we don't have the accents to help us.
We
just have subtitles, so
and then
we're as clueless as the parents.
Yeah, then they also make themselves look completely identical, which is much harder. Anyway, we have a very intense fencing match here.
Yeah.
Which I'm into. This is very like Princess Bride. There's a lot of like jumping around and like using
They are
elevation.
amazing.
Yeah, it's great. They're both just excellent fencers. Which
Do you reckon that's genetic, or were both their parents like bonded over fencing and taught it?
Maybe. There could be like an early sign of them being like... They're identical in a lot of ways coming up, but like... Yeah, they're equally matched in terms of fencing as well. Could well be.
Do they use swords better than King Arthur?
Absolutely, yeah. They're like doing like proper like fencing style. Like in King Arthur, they're just swinging wildly. It made me upset. But yeah, they're doing like they've got some good form. There's probably actually some like real young fencers. I doubt it's like I doubt it's Lindsay Lohan versus another actor in there. So that'd be pretty cool.
Yeah. I noticed I wrote that down as a question, and then underneath I've just written yes. So, sorry for wasting everyone's time.
You knew the answer.
Yeah.
Oh mate. Anyway, they don't like each other. They see each other's faces for the first time, and they're like, "Whoa, what?" But they are being mean to each other. They don't like that there's another version of them out there.
Yeah.
Instantly, poor Janice from Friends can't cope with that. She's like, "Oh god, here we go."
She's like really chill with the fact there's two like clones on her camp.
Yeah.
She just doesn't like that they don't get along.
It just happens, I guess. Like,
yeah.
Sheer number of people showing up to the camp. You must get some long lost twins every now and then.
And she probably says "Oh my god" to everything.
Oh my god!
So yeah, she's run out of "Oh my gods" by that point.
Aw, sweet Janice.
Oh, best Friends character.
Oh wow, that's a pretty hot take. Don't know about that.
I don't know. I don't know if I like the Friends and Friends that much. I don't know if they're good friends.
They're all pretty nasty. Like there's barely any that get away like scot-free out of there because you just see so much of their lives. And,
that's true.
And they're all like pretty much caricatures by the end. But hey,
yeah,
it's like Gunther that pretty much ends up being like the only normal person. He's just like obsessed with a girl and doesn't know how to ask her out, which is fairly relatable. Oh, but oh well. Yeah. So now there's a bit of poker. Like they're hyped to play some poker. This gets like foreshadowed as well. Like Martin's like, I hope you'll be able to find someone who can match you in poker, and she's like, I doubt it.
And doesn't Hallie also say to like the new girls, like, hey,
let's play some poker? Mate,
yeah.
I'm always up for a game of poker. It's a bit of fun.
Yeah.
Good times.
Are you good at poker?
I'd say like I know how to play. which is a big start.
That's better than me.
Yeah, like it's like a lot of people don't know how to play, I guess, but like it's just a bit of fun.
Yeah,
I'm always up for it.
I will say, Pink Floyd are kind of like watching a kid be good at poker, and that like you get like, of course they're good, but like you're never quite ready for them to be that good.
Oh yeah, okay.
And that's something I'm realizing listening to so much Pink Floyd these days.
The ultimate bluffers. Who knew? Pretty good.
You're like, they're just a bunch of like British lads, and you're like, oh yeah, here we go. And then you're getting like, and you're like, oof, here we go. Royal flush.
Oh mate, yeah, it is. It's a straight flush versus a royal flush.
Yeah,
these albums, mate. Oof, pretty good. Also, great poker hands out of nowhere.
Yeah. What hand of cards is Dark Side of the Moon?
Oh mate, I don't know. It's probably a flush of all clubs or something. I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll take it.
No, that's canon.
Yep. All right. That's what my first instinct. So.
Yeah. It can't be diamonds because obviously Shine On You Crazy Diamond is
that comes up later, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh well, and then
next one.
Anyway, this poker hand sparks the longest series of like increasing pranks that happen.
Yes.
A lot of pranks in this film.
So many pranks, and they're so good at pranks.
Yeah, man. It gets pretty out of control. There's like some Home Alone level shit that happens.
Yes.
It escalates pretty far. They're like how badly they mess up the room of Annie is like pretty wild.
Oh my gosh.
There is so much shit going on in there.
Yeah. Well, one thing, so it's Haley and her friends sneaking into their cabin at night. One of them says, "Be quiet," as soon as the Great Gig in the Sky vocals start.
Oh, yeah.
Which,
pretty good.
Pink Floyd ain't listening.
They... we got an album to play, guys.
Yeah, sorry. We learned nothing from A Quiet Place.
Nah, they didn't. They aren't listening. No, the boys.
Yeah, and then they tie string all across the room.
Yep.
They cover everyone in food.
Yeah, there's like a kid who gets like, there's like big fake spiders all over them as well.
Yeah.
Messed up.
So this was also the point when I was watching it where you text me saying like, oh, I can't record today.
Aw.
So I was like, oh, I've got some free time. And I did not utilize that time well. So I figured out the budget for this prank.
Okay. Let me
So
know.
this is all New Zealand dollars, and this is based on Countdown, Bunnings, and a bit of Harvey Norman.
Okay, reasonable. All well-known
Okay.
New Zealand stores.
Yeah.
Just substitute, if you're from another country, substitute like shop, like supermarket, a hardware store, and a like furniture store, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, subject, like your second best supermarket,
Yeah.
your, I'll say second best hardware store, but definitely your best furniture store.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah,
Furniture
I'll
and
take it.
electronics.
Fair enough.
Yeah. So whipped cream, $5.50 a can. I reckon they use 3 cans.
Yep.
So that's $16.50.
Okay.
1 kg of treacle is $7.09.
That's
And let's assume
too cheap.
yeah, I know, right?
Okay.
But like, so they've got a bucket.
They do.
And this bucket is $9.90. And I reckon they filled 5 liters of treacle with like 1 liter of water to get it
To get the right
nice and ready
consistency
yeah.
for dunkage.
So
All right.
yeah, $35.45 on treacle.
Yeah, that's a lot.
$9.90 for 1 bucket, which is a good price, right?
Yeah, this is how much all this is costing for the camp, because there's no way these Lohans are going to have to pay for this, even though they probably could
Yes.
afford it on both sides. But yeah, this
Yeah,
is coming
they
out
are
of
rich.
coming out of the camp's pocket. I just wanted to get that out there. Okay,
No, thank
keep
you.
it going. So we're up to like $40 here ish.
Yeah, I didn't keep track until I got to the end, I'm afraid.
That's all good.
And so then there's also like a bunch of feathers, and you
Yep.
can't just buy feathers, so I assume they took it from a pillow.
Yeah.
A feather pillow is about $20.
Yo, okay.
$20.97.
Yeah.
Maple syrup, probably just 1 bottle of that they smear all over the floor. And let's just assume it's just maple flavored syrup. That's $3.49.
I think there is a difference. Like, there's like authentic syrup, maple syrup out there, but like.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, the stuff we get in New Zealand is only maple flavored syrup, and that's the most
Yeah.
frustrating thing. And like, like honestly, I was talking about this. I've recently moved house, and we were like going through all
Yeah.
our food to see who gets what, and we had a thing of maple flavored syrup that nobody had ever touched, and nobody wanted it as well,
Yeah.
mate. If you can't, go
I find,
for the
yeah,
real
you've either
thing.
got 1 bottle or you've got like 100 bottles of maple flavored syrup.
Yeah, man.
It's always too much.
Tough times. Thoughts on golden syrup, real quick? Golden versus maple. What's your thoughts?
Oh, so I grew up with golden syrup.
Yeah, man.
But I also I always thought of it like the margarine to golden syrup's butter, like not quite as good. But that's just because it was the one that wasn't on TV. So now I'm like, yeah, I'm back in 2 minds. I'm gonna lean towards maple simply because I haven't had golden in so long.
I'd agree. I think that golden syrup's like just straight sugar, like direct to your
Yeah.
veins. It's like way worse for you. But like as syrups go, I think that probably makes sense. But like you're
Yeah.
going hard, going hunnits, go for the golden. You know, it makes sense. But like yeah, like maple I would choose over it as well. Good on the waffles.
Yeah.
Anyway, we're getting too in the weeds within a getting in the weeds segment. So keep it going,
Found weeds within a weed.
mate.
So they turn a girl's hair into a huge like spiky green thing.
Yeah, they do. I forgot that. Yeah, they like
Yeah.
fully customized punk hair for one of these girls. Okay.
So I'm assuming that's 2 full cans of $7.50 hair gel.
Sure.
And then 5 little bottles of green food coloring.
Yeah, you could just go hair dye, but I'll take it. Yeah, they're probably more
Yeah.
likely to have food coloring at the camp. So okay,
Yeah. As someone who dyed his hair green, it's hard to find green hair dye.
makes sense.
And
yeah.
they are in the woods.
not very popular color choice.
Nah.
But yeah,
Not a great way to cover up your greys. String, $9.50, sorry, a box.
yeah.
I reckon there's 7 boxes.
There's a
of string.
shitload of string. It's all
Yeah.
over like a full-sized bunk room. So that's
Yeah.
heaps. Yeah. Okay. So 5 boxes. What did you say? 5 or 7?
7.
7 boxes. Okay. So
Yeah.
that's like $70 more. Jesus.
And then The one that does most damage is these water balloons.
Yeah.
Water balloons are only $2 for a whole box of them, so
Okay, sweet.
they could have saved so much money instead of spending $167.56 New Zealand
Wow.
on this prank.
That's a really expensive prank.
Yeah,
I mean,
right?
it pays off in that, like, holy shit, these people, there's like, you can't ever recover from this. Like,
Yeah.
the prank war couldn't possibly escalate more from this. I'd be worried for people's health if it did, you know? Very impressive stuff.
What if the next scene was Annie trying to get her back and it's just like a real lackluster prank and she's just like, oh.
Oh, that would make me very sad.
Yeah.
Maybe that happened and it was cut from the film. But oh well.
Yeah.
I don't think it does, because anyway, there's a surprise bunk room inspection, which
Oh, yes.
Hallie's like, oh no, I've gone too far. This is all bad, and she's like trying to protect Annie. Well, kind of trying to protect it, but also trying to save her own ass because the room's in
most of
absolute
herself.
state. But yeah, the camp counselors get dunked. The treacle, the massive amount of treacle, the cheap treacle falls all over them. And then they like go skidding into her and Janice go skidding into the like bunk room. And then get covered in feathers. Crazy.
Yeah.
Quite the prank.
Yeah. And also, like, I reckon the water balloon pops in time to the piano of Great Gig.
Oh, yeah. Like it.
And then, and we see the slow-mo big water balloon kind of fall.
Yeah.
That kind of time
Huge,
as well.
like, massive slow-mo on this. It's super dramatic, the fall of the big water balloon.
There's so much slow-mo and there's a lot of, like, camera flashes in this movie.
Yeah.
All thanks to Nancy Meyer, our director.
Yeah. I'm happy with it. Good work, Nancy.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
Did you know she ran a cheesecake company while she was trying to make it in showbiz?
Oh, wow. That's pretty cool. Like,
And it was just her making her cheesecakes.
Man, that's hustling. I respect that.
Yeah, that's awesome, eh?
Pretty cool. I would love it if she was like shoehorning like cheesecake stuff into the like screenplays. That'd be pretty sweet.
Yeah.
It's like, man, I really love that movie, but I'm so hungry for cheesecake right now.
You don't realize there's a cheesecake in every shot?
Yeah, it's just like showing up in the background. So scary.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the escalation of that prank. But anyway, yeah, it goes bad. There's like a weird like marching tramp happening after this, where everyone's like, the whole camp is like marching Orienteer style through some woods. But they're taking the girls to the isolation cabin. Which
Did not love the isolation cabin.
I kind of think this is hilarious. Like, why would a camp have an isolation cabin? It's sort of messed up. Like, we're going to leave you alone in the middle of the woods as punishment. It's some very Harry Potter stuff.
Yes.
Pretty funny. Anyway,
Yeah.
they get left here and they bond and become friends, Gareth. Love it. They, like, help each other out closing the window. Hallie's, like, decorated her whole side of the room with, like, posters that she's brought with them. I don't know how long they have to spend in this isolation cabin. I guess it's for, like, the remainder of camp. Which
was, like, 8 weeks?
Yeah, I guess the prank was pretty bloody sizable, but...
Man. Well, $167.56 New Zealand cents.
2 months in the isolation cabin. No activities for you girls.
Oh.
You fluffed your lolly with feathers. Oh, my gosh.
They briefly talk about how they both love peanut butter with Oreos, and they bond because no one else does.
Yeah, I think this would be way more common than you'd think. Like, I reckon
I do it.
Do you? I've never had it.
Yeah.
I've never had it, but I reckon that would be delicious.
Yeah.
I feel like since this movie, like both peanut butter and Oreos have been like popularized as like ice cream flavors as well.
Yes.
Which kind of I think is the link between them, and that they're like matching food types. But yeah.
Yeah.
It just makes
I
sense.
suppose peanut butter wasn't really an ingredient for ages. It was like a sandwich spread only.
Yeah, true. But you can use it in
now,
a lot
like,
of stuff.
Heck yeah, have it in a smoothie. Drink your peanut butter.
Mate, oof, danger. That's almost as
Don't
bad
even
as
put
golden
it in
syrup.
a smoothie. Don't even put it in a smoothie. Just grab a straw, stick it in your peanut butter.
Wow, that's the world's thickest smoothie. Power to you.
It'll take
if
you a
can
good
get
long
through that.
time.
Yeah, that's incredible stuff. Love it. So they drive this point home. They start figuring out that they're related, and they really, really push it to like make sure that you get it. They've got a picture that's like ripped in half with each of their parents on it. They've got two halves of a locket that match. This is all as Money is wrapping up, by the way. Just cut back to the album real quick. But
Oh yeah, the thing we do.
yeah, whoops. But yeah, I feel like this is honestly really quite cruel of the parents to do this. Like,
Oh my gosh, yes.
separating kids at birth, especially twins, is pretty messed up. I know that this
Yeah.
actually happens, and people will like have long lost siblings that they don't know about. But damn, dude, like giving them each half of a picture and like half a locket. This is just like intentional cruelty.
Yeah.
But hey, it's fine.
I feel like, yeah, it needed some sort of other reason, like, I don't even know.
There's nothing
Like, something a little more than they just didn't like each other.
Yeah, I guess. There's like something that wedged them apart, but maybe it would like change the whole feel of this movie.
Yeah, true.
Yeah. Because it turns like, spoiler alert for the Parent Trap, but like it all works out and they end up back together.
Yeah.
And like they sort of like have forgotten why they broke up in the first place. It's like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
It sort of undercuts it, but like, yeah, they definitely it definitely feels like there should have been some kind of major event that broke them up. But hey,
Like, parents hated each other or something.
yeah, I guess that would be pretty cool if,
Yeah,
if
and
that
then
was
there's,
like a
like, another
side
layer.
plot. There's like a granddad and on the mum's side, and then like a like grandma on the other side, and they just can't stand each other.
Yeah.
That would have been amazing.
And so the parents have to do their own Parent Trap to get those two to get along?
I love it. Parent Trap.
Now we're talking.
Parent Trap Inception. So good.
Why don't we pitch the Parent Trap HBO Max show? And it starts off with the Lindsay Lohan twins reconnecting.
Yep.
And then the parents reconnect, but have to do their own Parent Trap on their parents.
Oh my god.
And then it just keeps going. further and further.
We go further back in time until it's like a period drama.
Yeah.
That'd be incredible. That's a series. HBO, come at us. So
yeah,
good.
yes please.
A trap within
Get
a trap.
Lindsay back in it.
Oh yeah, she'd be
Yeah.
down. Be so good. We could do
What
like
if she still has to play an 11-year-old?
oh, maybe not. But we could do like the whole like Cloud Atlas thing where like characters play multiple actors play multiple characters in the film. That'd be pretty fun. Yeah.
Look, Hollywood, we know you listen to this show.
Yeah. If you're not
We've had, 3 listens in the States this month?
Oh wow. I'll take it.
I think something like that, yeah.
Sweet. Shout outs to
Mostly
you.
in like Kentucky and Mississippi for some reason. But,
Okay. If you're listening in the United States, shout outs to you. Sweet.
yeah.
Love it. Yeah. So they chatting about like what their parents are like. They've like completely
Yeah.
bonded over being siblings. They like have the whole energy has switched, and now they love each
Yeah.
other because they've got
Which is nice.
They've got all these things in common. It's great. But yeah, then they decide that they'll do a swap. They'll do the switch where one goes to the mum's house and one goes to the dad's house, just to see what they're like and find out. They want to meet their secret parent that they didn't know they had. So that's pretty cool. I think that's like honestly the nicest part of this movie, that they get to like see
Yes.
their long lost parents after so long. But like
Yeah.
the rest of it's kind of sketch. But yeah,
Yeah, because we'll get to it, I guess, but like the scenes where Haley as Annie is interacting with her mum are just so lovely.
yeah.
And then the scenes other way around in the States are just like icky kind of 90s Hollywood divorce movie.
There's some like really strange energy going on there, but hey,
Yeah.
we'll get to it. They're trying to teach each other how to act like each other through a sweet montage, and it's
Yeah.
great. And in my notes, I've written the trap is set. Also, like as part of this process, this poor girl has to cut her hair. One, traumatic. And then has to get her like ears pierced amateur style by an 11-year-old.
Yeah.
Which is wild. They like both scream over the like ah sounds and us and them.
Yes. Yeah.
Which is quite funny, but man, this is harrowing to watch.
Yeah.
I don't
and
know.
it's all Annie that had to do it. Haley was just like,
Yeah.
should have
Got them pierced.
came prepared. Yeah.
Never know. Oh well. Yeah, and then like the other side is covered as well, like, and that she was like, oh, I cut my hair and like got my ears pierced. On the opposite side, it's like, oh, okay, it's just fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, but hey, I guess like unpiercing ears would be way more obvious. So
Yeah.
they had to do it. Had to be done. Plot holes.
Ear holes.
Anyway, they do the switch.
Yes.
And Hallie's off to London on the plane. She bloody sticks the landing and does the handshake with Martin, pulls it off flawlessly.
Yeah, good on
Very
her.
good. Any Colour You Like starts playing over some various London monuments and statues and things that we're flying by in the car. There's also a living statue among these.
Oh, I missed that.
He does a wee wave to yeah, it's okay, this is weird. just a bit of fun. One of these statues. It's just a man.
2 years ago, 3 years ago, I saw a living statue just ending his shift and walking around.
Oh wow! Just in the wilds, no plinth, just doing his thing. Covered. What color was he? Covered in bronze or
silver?
Okay,
yeah,
the silver.
So silver arms and hands, but then he'd put on a different shirt.
Oh, that's no good. He's just it's just wearing a ratty t-shirt and in the supermarket or something.
Yeah.
It's just but fully body painted silver.
It was for this America's Cup parade, I think.
Okay.
And yeah, he was just, too patriotic to worry.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
Right. This is the plight of the living statue. If any living statues are out there listening, frozen completely solid and just can't take the headphones out of their ears.
Yeah.
Shout out to you. Oh, mate.
He was I'll listen to this podcast about my favorite band, Pink Floyd, as I start my 8-hour shift.
Uh-oh.
And now 7 hours in, it's just these guys don't know anything about Pink Floyd.
Welcome,
but I did
listener.
learn a lot about Magic Mike. Avatar.
Yeah. It's important knowledge. Important research, science being done by us here. Let's get back to it. Yeah, so they pull up in front of the house in bonny old England, and there's just a smart thing about this movie is that you only see the parents in photographs up until this point as well. You only ever see you see the sides and backs of their heads and stuff. You don't see them dead on. Which is kind of cool. You you get the first impression as if you were one of the girls yourselves, which is cool.
Yeah.
That's
really good.
Nice,
that's really smart.
Nice filmmaking touch.
Heck yeah.
Before that, we meet up with Grandpa as a sort of misdirect.
Yeah. Or grandfather.
He's here. And then also, he's kind of a superfluous character. He's just here to bankroll the later pranks.
Yeah.
But fair enough. Fair play to him. And then we get Brain Damage starts playing, and there's a slow-mo hug with Mum.
Yeah.
Very sweet reunion. Very, very slow-mo over this. Which, it adds a different layer. It's pretty nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm all good with it. Anyway, they're going about their day. They go to a photo shoot. They do the Abbey Road thing, the Beatles cover.
Yeah.
Recreate that just because they can. They're on location.
I wish they'd recreated a Pink Floyd cover for us, but
yeah, step it up. Just
shake hands with someone who's on fire.
Yeah, it's the only way. Just set the living statue guy on fire, just briefly.
Yeah,
and you can do that. We'd be happy. That's all we need. Just a brief shot of a prism. Anything. Come on.
I guess they're in front of a lot of walls.
Yeah, we'll take it.
Maybe it's the wall. Yeah,
there's some graffiti on there. Maybe, who knows?
Yeah.
She says that we've got to talk about the F word, which turns out to be father, which is just a funny wee note. I don't know, what's going on there? Why does she say it like that?
I guess it's been undiscussed for so long.
It's more taboo than the actual F word.
Yeah.
Amazing. But yeah, that's it. We're getting the mum at work. Before that, with it's Eclipse is playing, and that's the end of the first playthrough of the album here, when Mum's been met. We're wrapped that. And now we're transitioning over to the dad in America at the start of playthrough 2 here.
Yeah, there's even a real slow fade that kind of is in time with
the end of the album, the heartbeats fading out is perfectly with the fade out. Yeah, pretty nice. Anyway, I think they even literally say I wonder what he's doing at this very moment, and then it fades out.
Yeah, they say "dear old dad," What's he doing?
Oh, what's he up to? Anyway,
Oh.
cut to Napa Valley. Here we are, California. And it's Dennis Quaid is the dad. Here he is.
Yeah.
Yeah, very like unreadable energy throughout. He's just sort of like doing the whole like what's his name? I can't remember. Anyway, he's unreadable and impossible. So you know, the ultimate dad, the dad. Getting breathe as we're driving through the vineyard, coming up to their house. Both these parents have done incredibly well.
Yeah. I was thinking about this. It's like, because often this life switching is a prince and pauper situation.
That's kind of
they're both doing great.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was expecting going in. Like, the American kids living in like New York City and they've got no money or something like that. But no, he lives like out in beautiful Napa Valley and on his own private vineyard. So they're both like quite rich. It's not like rich girl, poor girl. It's weird. Yeah.
It's a couple of two princes.
Yeah.
Spin doctors.
The twin princes, yeah.
Yeah.
Love it.
I call us the twin princes.
Do you?
Yeah.
How often? And in what context? Just when you're talking about the podcast? Like, this is a podcast that I host with my fellow prince.
Yeah. Well, if I'm trying to pretend like I'm actually not on it, like to really kind of not feel like it's that kind of plug, I'm just like, these two princes just like
rap about some
sick
Floyd
podcast.
I love it. That's very, very flattering to be called a prince. Shout outs to Prince. What a guy. Yes. Anyway, there's like a weird monologue at the end of Breathe about how important fathers are from young Annie, who's pretending to be Hallie here. Just like quite intense at the end of Breathe.
Yeah, she's not good at this acting.
No.
Like, playing at cool stuff. Hallie's nailing it.
Yeah, she's very prim and proper and like immediately is getting suspicion from the dad, you know. I said suspicion really weirdly there, but we're going to slide on past suspicion. Like I'd never said it before. Anyway, don't be suspicious of that. We're pulling up on the house and On the Run is starting up. Very intense.
Yeah.
Also, this we meet Chessie, the live-in nanny here.
Yeah.
I feel like this is a fairly unusual situation. Like, I guess Dennis Quaid's like hired her to like look after young Hallie while he does all the vineyarding stuff, the viticulture, as it were.
Yeah.
But like,
it could be like a kind of old nuclear family kind of holdover because
could be.
Yeah. In England, they've got a male butler.
It's true. It is like they've got like the surrogate parent on both sides here, and it's even emphasized later because they end up falling in love. So yeah, it's interesting, but the dog is also has his own suspicion of Hallie here. Doesn't like the scent because she's actually Annie. Mate, this dog's onto it. He's cracked it.
Smell too much like kippers. You must be from England.
It's all these kippers I carry with me.
Yeah. I'll dress as you, but I'm going to keep my pockets full of kippers.
Mate, curse this British formality. I must offer kippers to the nearest friend upon arrival. Such tradition. Yes, anyway, there's complications in this here parent trap. Because there's another woman, Meredith, is here. Meredith Blake. She's dating the dad, and that like over the 8 weeks that they've been at camp, is like fallen in love with this other woman. Very dramatic. Yeah, and it's like
to the like point of marriage.
Yeah. Like, and he's like trying to work out how to broach this with his daughter. But man, this is like a crazy move on behalf of the dad. I guess he's had more time to like go out and meet people, and that like his daughter's been on camp for 2 months. But damn, dude, pretty crazy.
Still.
Such is life for the single father, I suppose.
When you're the wine baron of Napa Valley.
Yeah. Anyway, so Meredith's here. She's like full tilt evil person. She's just after the money. That's her motivation. unfortunately, money I don't think is playing at the moment.
No, not at this point.
But she does...
We're still a fair bit off.
Yeah, she does like a sweet, like, badass look up from her hat as her introduction.
Yeah, that's cool.
She's just sipping a drink by the pool. What a badass. I kind of love her. She's got a very strong evil energy, which is good.
She knows who she is and what she wants.
Yeah, exactly. She's the ice queen of the movie.
Yeah.
I'm into it. It's good stuff. That hat look-up move aligns perfectly with the crash in On the Run as well.
Yes.
Which is like, uh-oh, here we go.
Yeah, that's exactly what would have been the feeling in Annie's like heart when she knew the trap had been complicated.
There's something stuck in this here trap.
Yeah.
Preventing it from being sprung. Yeah, the clocks are all going off as the alarm bells are ringing in Annie's head.
Oh, yes.
Oh, no. Yeah, and then they, like, start sassing each other, being quite snide, like jumping in the pool and splashing her, etc. Anyway, yeah.
So Annie was in the water last time we heard this song as well.
Oh,
when
wow.
she had to, like, jump naked into the pool, into the lake.
Oh, yes, that's true. We glossed over that. That was part of the prank montage as part of, like, the punishment for losing the poker bet as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes, so Hallie calls Annie. No, I've already screwed it up. Annie calls Hallie. Annie dressed as Hallie calls Annie dressed as. Oh no. Anyway, they call each other on the phone to let them know there's a problem in the trap. Chessie is like actually pretty chill as hell about this whole thing. She knows something's up, but like it's just like quite nice. She's like making delicious foods and things. But yeah, this is where old mate, the dad, is like gonna broach the topic. Like, I've taken you down to the wine cellar to tell you something very important. Yeah. Which is a very intense energy. Very strong Miss Marple energy, actually.
I know who did the murder. Also, I'm getting married.
Yes. We've solved the case, the cold case. Here we go. Yeah, this is also where great gig cues in, which I really like.
Yeah.
And Meredith like rocks up in like a golf cart with like one of her like flunky guys. I don't know, some dude.
Where'd she get those flunkies?
I don't know. I think she like works for a bank, I think, or and is trying to like steal all his money or something. I don't know, but he works for her anyway, and like he's just here to like up Meredith in this one scene, being like, "You cold girl," and that's it. Which I love. Yeah.
Just to give her a reason to say that she hates the kid, which she hasn't had yet.
Yeah, that's like the whole reason. Yeah, she's like, I'm going to ship them off to Timbuktu. And he's like, damn, you the ice woman. It's like, okay, great.
Well, time to leave this movie.
I guess it's like, kids, here's the villain.
Yeah.
Write it down.
In case you missed it.
Write it in your notes. Because all kids take notes when they watch movies, you know. That's how I started.
And then podcasting came along, and you're like, finally, something I can do with all my notes.
I've got so many notes to share. Yeah, I haven't actually, like, I've just been listening to the album and, like, checking over my existing notes.
Oh, that's such a beautiful image. I picture you, like, outdoors doing it.
Oh, yeah.
Like, putting a pen to your head, like, remember the Parent Trap.
What a time. In my youth. All those notes, stacks of notes. Anyway, they're riding some horses here on the vineyard / ranch. The transition to this horse riding scene is a perfect sync with the start of Great Gig's vocals as well.
Yeah,
which is like some female vocal wailing over top of horses. Quite nice. Into it. Hallie doesn't want to hear she's dodged this question like twice now. Well, like dodged the information once when Meredith like showed up out of the blue, and then now she just like rides home like, I'll race you home on the horses because she knows what's coming. But
if you want to avoid a difficult situation, a horse is your best bet.
Yeah, just ride away from your problems.
Yeah,
it's a powerful move. Yes, we return to the house, and Chessie like cracks it, and then like reveals who she really is. Hallie is not Hallie, she's Annie. And, she's like Jesse's like really upset. Well, she's not upset, she's like so stoked to see her and crying.
Yeah.
And has to like play it off. Money is playing now, and old mate Dad is here. And he wants to make Meredith part of the family. And then, like, it's a bloody sick burn here from Annie being like, oh, it'd be great to have a big sister.
Yeah.
Oh, power.
That is good.
Power play. Oh, mate.
That's also great that it's like this she wants to be part of the family conversation with money playing.
Yeah.
Because that's what Meredith really wants.
That's what... She even shows up, like, mid-money here as well.
Yeah.
She's listening to indistinct rap music in the car, which is what my subtitles said, which I love that detail. She's just like...
please send me a screenshot of that. My subtitles didn't say that.
You got it. She's a big hip-hop head, Meredith. That's a sweet fact about her. Love it.
But only to indistinct rap music.
Yeah. Just like mumble.
If she knows the artist, she's out of it. Yes, mumblecore.
Big into mumble rap, yeah.
Yeah.
Amazing. Ahead of her time. It's only 98.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, she shows up and then like rings a little bell to like call Jessie over. I've even put the bell emoji in my notes just to like emphasize how rude this is.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm on board with like her moves up until this point, but I feel like this is like pretty messed up.
I bought a bell earlier this year as like a gag.
Okay.
And don't buy a bell.
Okay.
Because you have to transport that bell somewhere and it's going to ring and ring and ring.
Yeah.
And then the gag didn't even go. I mentioned I had the bell in my bag and I didn't even take the bell out of my bag.
You blew the bell bit? That's really upsetting.
I know, right?
Bloody bells. God.
And then I still had this bell. So what I did was, because I also just moved.
Sure.
I just put the bell on the mantelpiece of my old place.
Oh, yeah.
And just left it there. It's like, hey guys, free bell.
An offering to the,
Yes.
I like that.
Yeah.
Yes, you'll discover it someday when you're ready. You will know what the bell... You will know for whom the bell tolls. Future tenants.
The perfect thing would be if they did end up ringing it and then I just can appear.
Wow, That's what I'm hoping for, you know.
Yeah.
You'll sense the bell is wrong and know it is time.
Oh, my $2 bell. It needs me.
Yeah, there you go. Anyway, Meredith's she goes over to Hallie/Annie and is trying to be relatable and be nice, but they cut that crap and then they're just icing each other out.
Yes.
Pretty good stuff. Then there's a fax gets sent by Hallie, by Annie to Hallie in England, and it's just a picture of the dog calling out 911. Great fax bit. Love it.
Yes.
Very few and far between these fax jokes.
Oh, I love a good fax. I used to fax drawings to my friends all the time.
Yeah? Man, I don't think I ever owned a fax, but I encountered the paper every now and then. It's just such a weird, filmy, horrible thing.
No, I don't like that.
Nah.
It's because it's not real ink, right, in a fax machine.
Yeah, right? Yeah. I don't really know how faxes work. But yeah,
that's fair. It is 2020.
Yeah, I've never owned or used a fax machine. Sue me. Anyway, she gets this fax and then immediately goes to a payphone, a London red telephone booth, and calls up America. Surely this is going to be fucking expensive in 1998 money.
Yeah,
nuts.
Just putting in piles and piles of coins.
Yeah. It's heaps of coins. I guess she had a whole bunch of coins when they were as their poker winnings from earlier.
Yes, true.
So that makes sense. We'll take it.
Yeah.
She spent every last coin that she had. But yeah, anyway, they do the call and it's we've got to move now because there's marriage on the horizon. This trap is gonna miss. They're gonna escape the trap. So she goes and reveals her identity to the mum. She's like, I'm not Annie, I'm Hallie. Oh my god. Martin loses it in the doorway. He just starts weeping.
Yes, you would.
Yeah. Good old Martin. He overacts in this movie and I love him. He's fantastic.
Yeah.
In this very next scene, actually. It's the mum is panicking because she's going to have to deliver Hallie back to her her other parent, the dad.
Yeah.
And she's like saying that she sees she's not mature enough for this situation, which is so relatable. It just rules. She's like got like 2 curlers in the top of her hair, like for no reason. It's very good. She's super strung out. But Martin's here to help, and he's like gonna come with on the trip, and I'm stoked that he's coming with.
Yeah, same.
But yeah, he like reveals this like great dress for the mum to wear, and then like the next shot is him just rocking a leather jacket and sunglasses.
Yeah, right? Looking so good.
Yeah, man.
So cool.
Great stuff. This is just his casual wear. This is what Martin's like on the weekend. Great to see
Martin is a dude. Would Martin listen to Pink Floyd, or is he...
Oh, yeah. He's big into it.
Yeah.
He's like he went to like all their shows, I reckon.
Yeah.
Oh, mate. What a guy. Shout outs to you. You're the goodie board. You're on the goodie board.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're the only one, because we haven't
that hasn't been a thing up until now, so yeah.
Yeah.
He's the only one. I wanted that to remain that way forever as well. It's just him. Anyway, very good. They're meeting up in San Francisco, another location. I don't really know why this has to happen here, but anyway, we see the Golden Gate Bridge, so that you know it's here. Meredith's being a gold digger. Pretty messed up. She's like, her parents are here, and she's like, I'm marrying him because he's got a lot of money, and the mum and dad are like, oh, great news.
I loved that the parents were in on this.
Yeah, they're
just like good
equal villains.
Yeah,
they don't even like have any impact on the plot at all, but like they're here to get met by the dad, and that's the excuse as to why they're here. But it's hilarious. Like they're just like, yes, we too are evil. Amazing.
I see you like money too.
Yes, money isn't playing yet, but we'll be excited when it does.
I don't know what money is until now.
Yes, but anyway, the whole USA crew shows up. The nanny, the dog, and the dad, and Hanny/Hallie. Yeah, all here. Any color you like is playing. It's great. The mum's like gotten drunk in the car.
Yeah.
She's like tosses like a minibar sized bottle over her shoulder. Pretty great stuff. Just like get a bit of drunk courage, exciting stuff. But yeah, she's not a good drinker, so this is another problem in this here Parent Trap, Gareth. I'm worried it's not going to work.
I never see a nice smooth Parent Trap. There's always something.
There's always something that goes awry in these bloody schemes. Unless it's you got to stick to like simple pranks, and then we're probably going to be fine. But like if it's a full blown parental trap, mate, it's not looking good.
Start with like a simple sibling trap or a cousin trap, and then move up.
Move up. Parents are harder to fool.
Exactly.
Notoriously. Oh no.
Cousins, you got to always get your cousins back together.
Yeah. There's some like Scooby-Doo style like antics going on in the hotel where like the mum and dad are like narrowly not seeing each other, and then like the dad catches sight of the mum briefly before like going up in the elevator. But yeah, it's like going in and out of elevators, in and out of doors, etc. Pretty silly. Classic fun kiddie plot stuff. Exciting.
Right?
Yeah. Good stuff. Good movie making.
Yeah.
Yes, brain damage now. It's we get like an intro to the Chessie and Martin romance as they meet each other for the first time. Martin's like in full, like he's only in a Speedo because he's gonna go swimming. And this is like the first impression. Damn.
Because he's not there to be a butler, he's only there to be a friend, so he's hitting that pool.
Yeah, man. He's here. He's not on the clock. He's not getting paid. He's just like, I'm coming. I'm having a great time. And then he falls in love. It's a great movie for Martin.
Heck yeah.
He's fully on board with this Parent Trap. It like changes his life for the better. Yes, but it's very silly that it's sort of played for laughs, this whole romance thing. They end up like bumping into each other a fair bit.
Yeah, like physically bumping into each other, which is how they fall.
Yeah. Anyway, this whole bloody Parent Trap is falling apart even further because the mum realizes that the dad isn't there to see her.
Yeah.
And that he's marrying another woman. So it's getting out of control. And she's like, I'm a little bit disappointed that she doesn't like look to camera and say like, this isn't some kind of parent trap, is it? It feels like
that is the one thing missing.
It feels like it could happen in that moment. It's pretty great. But unfortunately, no. It's a smarter movie than that.
Yeah.
Yep.
They didn't let us write it.
Oh, next time. We'll do the remake of the Parent Trap with our HBO series, and then we'll have someone looking to camera and be like, "Is this some kind of Parent Trap?" And then the title card will appear. It'd be great.
Just mid-sentence, a title card appears and like full credits play.
Yeah. And now the mum and and Meredith like bump into each other at the bar. Yeah. So it's getting even more complicated. Mum's
a bit of Pink Floyd saying "everyone you meet" when they do meet. Yeah, because everyone's meeting.
Everyone's meeting all the time here. Yeah, except for the mum and dad at this point. They're the only ones that haven't properly crossed paths here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mum's having like a prairie oyster kind of drink here, like a hangover cure drink.
Oh, yeah.
It's like basically just hot sauce and tomato juice.
Yeah.
Yeah, not so fun.
No.
But yeah, the Meredith's stoked to meet this person because she like she's a famous wedding dress designer and like wants her to make the wedding dress for her wedding to the dad, which is oh mate,
gosh, another whole layer to this Parent Trap.
Oh mate, this trap is getting more and more complex.
So, this is like a game of mousetrap in that it's not actually going to work out.
Yeah, it's true. Is that like a direct reference to the ad for Mousetrap?
Yeah.
Oh wow, I haven't thought about Mousetrap maybe since we played that on the last day of high school for no real reason.
And I have so many videos on my like digital camera of us going like, it's gonna work, and then the like plastics just don't hit each other right.
Mousetrap never works. That's the thing about Mousetrap. It's such a complicated bloody trap.
Much like a Parent Trap.
Oh, mate, full circle. There we are. But yeah, it's weird. Yeah, this meeting between Meredith and the mother character is right at the end of playthrough 2 here. So we're in Eclipse. Noting not a lot of syncs in that specific playthrough.
Not at all. Yeah, I had like 2.5 pages of notes for the first playthrough, and then
very little for that
remaining half page
for that sequence. Not so hot.
Yeah.
Anyway, yes, the dad finally like properly sees that the mum is here over the complete silence of between the two playthroughs here. And he like unfortunately gets knocked into the pool very dramatically.
It was so obvious he was going to fall into that pool.
Oh,
I was so excited.
They do like super like heaps of cuts being like, oh, what?
Yes, yeah.
Like, building up to it. Mate. It's the heartbeats and Speak to Me is starting up as they reunite. It's very dramatic. And then
as they finally speak to each other.
Yeah, and then Breathe starts playing, and all the bloody beans are spilled about this Parent Trap. It's like the Parent Trap completely failed. Like everyone is clued into everything that's happened at this point.
Yeah.
All the cards are on the table, you know? It's like the full scheme is laid out in front of everyone. It's like, oh, okay. And this is like we're like over halfway in the movie, but we're nowhere near the end. So it's kind of weird that this happens here. But anyway, the mum and dad are like catching up on their own. They've still got like pet names for each other. And they're like, oh, it's good to see you. But
poor Meredith.
But Meredith shows up and she's like, what the fuck? This is a crazy situation. This is a bloody Parent Trap. Mate, oh, what have I this Parent Trap snapped off on my leg. That's bad.
Oh, not again. I'm marrying someone who's involved in a Parent Trap.
Actually, maybe the Parent Trap is in reference to Meredith and that like it's all gone awry for her. Like she's stuck in like this whole parent situation is really like she's the one that gets out of it in a bad way, you know?
Yeah.
As if you were caught in a trap.
Whoa.
Set up to fail from the beginning.
Wow, Meredith, no.
Yeah. Maybe. Put that in the IMDb trivia.
Yeah.
Chuck it in there.
The true Parent Trap
was on Meredith.
Meredith.
She sprung this Parent Trap. 2 people found this helpful.
There's also a really handy plot recap for her at this point. Like, if you're the person who only watches movies for the last playthrough of Dark Side of the Moon,
Yeah.
you've got it all covered.
For those truthers out there, I was like, I'm only doing the best playthrough. That's the only part of the movie I ever watch, because that's where all the best stuff is, and they often clue you in. They often tell you the whole plot of the movie up until that point. At that point,
Yeah.
So there you go. This is for you, specific person.
It'd be so much easier if we just did a podcast where we only watched the last third of movies.
Oh, that would be so weird. I feel like
no one would be interested.
I feel like that's even weirder than our already weird idea.
Yeah.
So, maybe later. It sounds like it's good for us. It's a lucrative offer that's on the table. But yes, the continuation of the Parent Trap is now. In that they have
What a sentence.
they recreate the boat date. I'm saying it like both in the movie and the trap still is being sprung at this point. But yes, the boat date.
That's the thing about Parent Traps. They've always got more traps.
Mate, this trap is never ending. There's so much happening. Chessie and Martin like team up as like a butler pair, servers on this here boat. Very romantic. The girls have set it all up, and then they leave as the crash sound and On the Run happens, like perfectly aligned. They like literally walk out of shot to like a car crash sound.
Whoa.
Yeah, scary.
Yeah.
And the clocks go off here again when they pop up in the little circular windows. So they're in tune with this playthrough.
Yeah.
The twin Lindsay Lohans, they know what's going on. But yeah, Chessie and Martin, they're the ones falling in love on this GD boat, this love boat, Garrett.
Yes.
They're very, very close to each other when they're supposed to be serving bloody soup. Oh.
Yeah. It's them. If they weren't busy falling in love, we could have had a more efficient Parent Trap.
Yes, true. They're the future Parent Trap, and that they may be parents of their own someday. I don't know. But yes. The mum and dad are like hitting it off. They're like remembering the day that they broke up, and like, but they've grown up since then. And they're like, "Oh man, I don't really remember why we broke up." And then the other one's like, "I remember. You threw a hairdryer at my head," and all this stuff comes up. But yeah, it's still a really like weird situation. This whole date,
Heck yeah,
is like very awkward, and it's like they clearly like each other and haven't seen each other in a long time. But it is played well in that like. This is really bizarre. This whole thing.
Yeah.
This
is something most people don't go through, is
it's true.
Having a secret ex-wife and secret child who then reenacts you. Gosh, what is the word? Reconnects you.
Yeah. Like 11 years later.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a super...
In fact, if that's happened to you, please write in.
Yeah, let us know.
Pink Floyd Pod on Twitter.
How'd you get into it? How did it go?
Yeah.
Did you get Parent Trapped?
Yeah.
Call this number.
We're Parent Trap lawyers. We'll get you good and divorced.
Oh yeah, we'll make sure it's ironclad.
We're doing a case. What are they called? A class action lawsuit against all unreunited twins to help their parents recover from being parent trapped.
Yep, to prevent this from ever happening again.
Yeah, we're taking the lessons from this movie.
Yeah, there's so many morals. Oh no. But yes, it's still really weird. So they they don't fall in love in this situation. The Parent Trap fails. I feel like this is the titular Parent Trap here properly, but like it doesn't work. So oh well. But continuing on, the girls are like, you can't tell us apart, so we're gonna like leverage that to go on this camping trip. And the mum and dad are like, oh god, we can't just like take one at random.
Yeah.
So that this like blackmail basically forces the mother to like tag along to go on this camping trip. But in classic Parent Trap style, the mum is like behind, she's in on this and like sends Meredith instead of her.
Yeah.
So they get all these pranks and stuff, inherit them from the mum character, I guess.
Oh yeah.
It's where they get it from.
What's she do? They're doing a Parent Trap, and she's trying to keep.
She's doing a real life good ex-wife trap. I think.
She's doing a nice person trap.
Yeah. You've caught in my trap of me being a good person. Oh no.
The best traps.
I've literally written psych in my notes because it psyched me out. Like Meredith is now going on this camping trip and not the mum. It's great. I've also written.
I kind of think. Oh, sorry.
No, go.
You kind of wrote. I just kind of think Meredith might be like she should have realized she doesn't want part of this. Like not because of the kids, but because of like this is a guy who would have a kid and lie to them about their sister for so long.
It's super sketchy, yeah. Like, when she found out about all this crazy shit, she must have, like, thought this whole thing through at that point. But, man, that's a lot to dump on someone. It's like, I actually have 2 kids. They were twins. And I also have an ex-wife. But I guess that makes sense. Here she is. And we're all here all at once. That would be enough to freak me out. So, Meredith, shout-outs to you. You don't make the baddie board for this reason.
No, yeah.
Yeah. Great stuff. But yes, there's more pranks happening now. They load up her bag with rocks. This is a classic camp prank. Have you ever done this, Gareth?
Oh, yeah. No.
Mate, I've had this happen to me.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Were they good rocks?
I don't know. They're rocks, Gareth. I don't know. I've no affiliation with rocks. I don't really care for them much, especially with them being used to bloody prank me.
Oh.
Yeah, mate.
I thought maybe you could think like you were getting free rocks.
Yeah.
Like that's a bit of a silver lining.
It's like a wee twist. I'm like, shame on you, mate. I love rocks. Thanks for these rocks.
And then like you're spending the whole night having a great time with these rocks and the camp bullies.
Like, goddamn, we've got these stupid Game Boys. They aren't as cool. Yeah, man. And they also put a lizard on her water bottle. Yeah. Yeah. Bloody pranksters. What are they about?
A very good lizard. I liked this lizard a lot.
It freaked me out. Like later on when this CGI, like the lizard goes full CGI and like climbs in her mouth.
This lizard's dumb.
Yeah, this really freaked
I love this
me
lizard,
out.
but this lizard's dumb.
This lizard is dumb. But scary scene, having a wee lizard climb in your mouth. Ooh. Not into it. I like lizards, and that would upset me. So yeah, I think Meredith strong character here, and that she puts up with this crazy. Anyway, she heads off to bed here, and gives the dad a spite kiss. She kisses the dad to go, haha, I still got your dad. To these kids,
weird,
it's messed up.
Yeah.
And in the middle of the night, they do another prank. They drag her out into the lake, in the middle of the lake. This is some classic Pink Floyd-y shit, I think. This could be a cover, just a person asleep in the middle of a lake, I think.
Oh, heck yeah, a bed in the middle of a lake. Because they had that album cover that was all those beds on the beach. They were pretty much there.
Yeah, pretty close. They're just could have pushed them out a little bit further, Floyd, alright? That would have been good.
Yeah.
Nah, would have been a better sync.
Yeah. We can give it a half sync for that.
I at the risk of going full tilt crazy and having a rant again about another thing, there's a lot of owl hooting sound effects in this movie because this isn't the first. Every time it's night in this movie, there's an owl hooting just to make sure that you know that it's nighttime. This could be a Disney thing, maybe. But it was popping up on my subtitles being owl hooting. And I was like, oh, all right. Good to know. But yes, at the risk of sounding like a crazy person, I thought I'd bring that up.
No, yeah. Owls aren't that common.
No, right? And they show up, I feel like they show up both in England and in America, which is pretty wild.
Yeah, much like the twins.
Yeah, there you go.
There's another. See, it's a metaphor.
There's another version of this movie that's just all owl-based. So,
yeah.
Yes. Anyway, Meredith gets woken up by a friendly bird sitting on her chest, giving her
I liked this bird.
A wee peck, but she bloody fights this bird. She's terrified.
This bird is confident.
Yeah, and throws it off her, and the poor bird gets angered and flies away. Very upset. But yeah, Meredith in a you can't handle the truth kind of moment, is so angry that she doesn't care about the charade anymore, and just comes back and is I'm gonna ship these girls off to boarding school. It's me.
Yeah.
You've got to choose me or the girls, and he's dude, I'm gonna choose my daughters.
Even though I spent the last 11 years not choosing one of them.
Yeah.
Still.
I mean, he would choose one. I feel like it's like a decent enough dad to like one daughter, existing daughter over hot wife. So shout outs, fair play to you, Dad. Good on you. But yeah, Meredith's out of the picture. She's done.
Yeah,
she like disappears from the film. I don't think they even drive her home. She just like has to make her.
She's not in their car.
She's just gonna make her way in the wilderness from here on, which we know she doesn't like. Mate, poor Meredith.
In our HBO Max sequel, there will be like a couple silent scenes of this forest dweller who we later find out is Meredith.
She's been stuck here for years. Has acclimatized, and she's like. Just keeps screaming about a parent trap. Like, what is going on with this woman?
She later gets two owls together.
Oh.
A British owl and an American owl.
Amazing. Migration.
It's a Peral trap. See, our dear friend Manu Somerville would have nailed that pun.
Yeah, that's true. Avian puns.
Will let us know.
Avian puns are Manu's strength, so it makes sense. Yeah, definitely write in, Manu, with your top owl pun. Okay. But we've got to wrap this movie up. There's very little left.
Yes.
Mum and Dad, they have like a snazzy wino date down in the cellar here. He's got all these old wines from various parts of his life. We're transitioned into like us and them as they're re-falling in love here.
Yeah.
Very, very nice. He's got the old wine from their wedding, which we do see like in the opening credits crawl. We see this specific wine, so it's like a super call forward, which is kind of cool. She like backs away and she's like, "No, we can't do it. I've got to go." And then it's pouring with rain. We think the parent trap's bloody failed, Gareth. It's raining in America. It's raining in London, England. It's bad. There's hugs all round. Sad goodbyes. Very sad. Black and blue is the line that plays over the rain. The raining scenes.
Yeah.
And then, it's another the final prank of the film. Dad and the twin, they show up. They're here in London. Yeah. He did chase after
They took
her.
the Concorde.
Yeah, the Concorde reference came out of nowhere.
Gets you there half the time.
Were Concordes a thing still in 98? I guess they were.
Yeah, I remember them being talked about a lot.
Yeah, I don't think the Concorde is referenced often enough.
No.
No one really talks about the Concorde anymore, and that makes me sad.
Yeah, take the Pink Floyd challenge and talk about the Concorde tomorrow.
Talk about the Concorde. Hashtag...
Have you talked about the Concorde yet?
Hashtag talk about the Concorde. That's a long hashtag.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah. Yes. That's the final prank, but they get back together over the bloody sax solo. And us and them. Yeah. Very nice. And then
the romance sax is what Maddie joined me for this last scene, and she was like, "Hey, romance sax?" And I was like, "Don't be better at the show than I
am." Get him on the cast. I love it. So good. The bloody romance sax.
Oh, yeah.
I feel like we've had that before as well. We tried to conflate different instruments with different emotions or different characters and things in the past, so that works. Yeah, we get like the wedding montage here, wedding photo montage mirroring the start of the film. Martin proposes to Chrissy at the wedding.
Yeah.
Yeah, what is her name, Chrissy? No, my phone's just auto-corrected. Chessie, thank you, yeah. My phone auto-corrected it, sorry.
Whoa.
And credits, wedding photos, that's the film, baby. We done it. Another
camera flashes and credit in time with time.
Yeah.
No, with us and them.
Us and them, yeah.
And then he says down as the credits start moving up.
I'll take it.
It's because the credits stay still for a little too long and then they start moving. So otherwise I wouldn't have allowed it.
Yeah. That aligns. It works.
Yeah. And then we have their post-credit scene where someone goes like, "What a beautiful wedding. I hope they don't find out about the triplets."
Is that true? I didn't actually watch the end of the credits. I think
No.
I was willing to believe it.
Oh, no. I mean, yes, and so true.
Nick Fury's there. He's the one in the background. Oh, my God. All right. What did you think? How did it sink?
What did we think? How did it sink? Thank you for remembering to say that.
I've got to say it. Contractual obligation. I thought not a lot of sinks this time. Good film. But yeah, not
good film.
Not strong sinking. I'm thinking like below 5 at this one.
Yeah.
Honestly, like I'm thinking 3 or 4. What are you feeling?
Ooh. I kind of want to say 3 just because we haven't had a 3 yet, I don't think.
Yeah?
But, I don't know, that's lower than... It's lower than Groundhog Day.
Yeah.
But Groundhog Day had that great... Oh yeah, let's go 3.
3 it is. Lock it in, listeners. Yes. I don't have anything else to say really, apart from planning the next film for the next episode. I've got one locked in. If you're ready for it, Gareth.
Hold on, I'm ready for it.
You're ready? Okay. Well, like this film had a lot of pranks, a lot of people pulling cons on each other. Like the Parent Trap's like one long con, right? It's like they're trying to like. A lot of people aren't who they say they are. It's very mysterious. Yeah. Also, another thing that I want to cover is that like a lot of the movies we've been covering on the show are like pretty new, recent films. And
that is true.
So I want to dive pretty far back, Gareth. I'm going back. We're going back in time, right?
Oh, because we haven't covered anything that actually came out before Dark Side of the Moon yet.
Yeah, right. The 1973 album, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So why don't we do a film that came out in 1973? Would that be good?
Yeah.
In fact,
one that they probably popped to the cinema to watch after recording something.
Yeah, I want to do a film from 1973, and I also want to go even further back for more like past film representation. So we're going to do this film is set in 1936, Gareth. Okay. We're going deep, and it's about con men. It's called The Sting. That's right.
Oh, I've never seen this movie.
Best Picture winner.
It's on several notes apps of mine to see this.
It's a great film. We're gonna see how it syncs up with the album of the same year, Gareth.
Yes. I am hyped.
Awesome. All right. Until then, Pink Floyd Pod everywhere. Get at us.
You sounded so much like DJ Khaled then.
I don't know.
I like that I've...
Oh, what's his deal? He just says his name all the time.
Yeah.
Does he ever like?
I'm bookending this podcast with a like terrible rap reference.
Yeah.
And another terrible rap reference.
I'll take it. That works. It works for me. You're Travis Scott and I'm DJ Khaled. Oh,
yeah.
I feel like
and we're the two princes.
Okay. I feel like you've lucked out in this scenario and I really haven't. But hey.
Oh, yeah.
Bring back.
I will briefly bring it up. You said in a previous episode you did not like the song All I Do Is Win.
It's true. I got big Khaled beef.
I put that in a playlist that I ended up just pretty much making for myself. And I ended up listening to it like 3 times on Monday.
Yep.
And yeah, I don't think I like it either.
Yep, there you go. All right, Khaled, get at us. Pink Floyd Pod. You can email us. We'll get you on the pod and we'll have our beef. We'll air it out, all right?
Yeah. And until we get you on the pod for the beef, I've been Travis Scott.
And I've been DJ Khaled.
And we'll see you on the dark side of the moon.
All I do is win, no matter what.
Hands go up.
And they stay there. And they stay there. And they
wow.
Stay there.
What a way to end.